Hi guys, I'm Emily Reeves.
I'm Aaron Reeves.
And we have Flying Sparks Garage YouTube channel. That is what we do for our jobs now. We're about 6 years in, and that is our life.
Yeah, so we do various things. We fly airplanes, get old boats, fix them up. We fix up cars, just basically anything we're interested in. We just post videos on it, and it's been really good to us.
So we're going to tell you what led us to start our business together and a little bit on our backgrounds.
Yeah, so I was a diesel mechanic, 18-wheeler mechanic, engine builder for almost 20 years. And I got to a point where kind of felt like my body wasn't going to last, another 20 years. And so we were looking for something to do that was maybe a little bit easier on my body and something we enjoyed a little bit more. And Emily's career is completely different.
Yeah, so I grew up doing modeling and acting all over the world, actually, traveled overseas doing it. And so my passion was being on camera and learning the video side of things as well. And that was a really fun transition for us to realize that we could do that in our shop, making videos on doing our own projects. So
Flying Sparks Garage is basically a fusion of both of those things.
Yeah.
It's working on stuff, it's having fun in the shop, and it's being on camera and learning how to use the camera.
And another key element to us is we've been together since we were kids. I was 14 and he had just turned 17 when we got together. So we've been together longer than apart, and it was just a really neat transition for us to be able to work together and create something out of our hobbies and passions. Next question is, what role do we play in ensuring our business's success?
Not enough of them.
We need to hire people. We're not very good at delegating.
Yeah.
So across the board, we are everything. We don't really have any employees that help us out. Mostly we just wing it and do it ourselves. So I do all the editing for the channel and all of the correspondence with the partners we have. So we're kind of across the board in doing things for companies and earning our keep there, but then also making the videos for our channel and all that. And then Aaron can tell you what he does.
Yeah, so basically I'm a handyman. I can shop for vehicles. I know what's trending, what's hot, what we like. I'm really good at looking up parts, getting parts lists together, kind of designing the projects. Obviously I've got the knowledge base, so that helps out a lot. I shoot quite a bit. I'm behind the camera quite a bit and working on audio and video and all that kind of stuff. We get to go to these big events together and we're equally, I think Emily probably enjoys it more being in front of
more of a people person.
More of a people person, yeah.
And I guess it's important to say that we both wrench on the cars and the boats and the airplanes. So I said that I edit and do all that stuff, but I also wrench. So it would be obvious that Aaron would wrench, but you know what? Girls can do it too. There's so much sense of accomplishment there when you're building engines and designing cars and swapping suspension out. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. So,
yeah, and that reminds me. I am the corporate pilot of Flying Sparks Garage.
Right, exactly. He flies the airplanes.
Yeah.
Our next question is, how would we say that our personal relationship is different than our business relationship? And really, it isn't very different at all. We try and exercise respectful communication and honoring each other's opinions and finding commonalities and compromising. What else?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. We try to work together. Obviously, when you own a business, you don't want to be the boss over each other. And sometimes that's required in a business. But when you walk back into the house, that's really not appropriate. So, I mean, to be honest with you, those are things we're still learning. We're trying to figure that stuff out. And we're making progress on it. And we're, just kind of working together and having fun.
Our next question is, what is the most challenging part of working together and what is the best part? I would say the most challenging part is patience when one of us isn't in a good mood or something like that, and just trying to push through and have patience and still be the people we want to be. The best parts would be when we finish a build and we get to make memories in something that is so much fun and that we're so proud of. So that would be my best and worst. What about you, babe?
Yeah, I think the worst part for Emily and I is probably we were both self-employed. We've never had a job. I've never like been an employee of a company, a big company. So we're both coming into it very strong-headed. We both have very creative ideas when it comes to the ways things are shot and stuff like that. And so that's been a bit of a challenge trying to work that out and figure out what's best and what do you just leave on the table and then what do we use. The best part, I think, is we are just living our life. I mean, if we wanted to get up at noon, which we never do, we could do that, and we could do that together. Mm-hmm. And we could say, hey, you know what, we're going to take the next 4 or 5 days off, which also we don't do, but we could. and we're in that together. We both work for the business, and we can do whatever we want to do and travel together and have fun.
What is the most misunderstood part of working together?
The most misunderstood part. One thing you probably won't realize is we work all the time. And especially in our situation where we've created a face, a little bit of fame in the industry, you can't turn that off. Basically, we're on all the time. When we're in bed at night, there's we need to do this tomorrow and that tomorrow. And as soon as we wake up in the morning, it's not the same experience of get off work, go home, and turn work off.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. I think the misunderstood part that I was thinking of was that everything is always awesome all the time. I think social media can be tough because I have thought numerous times about posting about our hard times or about when things are challenging, but I'm just not a complainer. And so it's hard to find that balance of being honest, yet I don't want to be seen as a complainer. I don't want to be seen as thinking that I've got it tough, because there are people out there that actually have it tough, and I'm not one of those. I mean, we deal with stuff that's tricky and hard or challenging, but we've got an amazing life and so much to be grateful for. So I think that's probably the most misunderstood part that I see, is that people think that everything is great all the time, and it's not. We all go through junk. Our last question is, what advice do we have for other couples wanting to start a business?
Don't do it. I'm joking. Definitely do it. It's worth it.
Definitely do it. Compromise, communication, and not using excuses to not do it.
Yeah, and I feel like when Emily and I started this together, we had no idea it was going to be the most challenging thing on our relationship. Just because you have two different people with different ideas, and when we worked in our separate fields, I don't think we realized how different some of our opinions were. And so patience is a big one with each other. And the most important thing is go ahead and do it and realize that it's going to be important for you to take the stance of the other person's trying their best. And then you try your best and you work together and be willing to walk away for a minute and take a break. Go take care of yourself, get your ideas back together, and then come back in with a better mindset.
But always try and approach it as a team, not like you're two separate forces.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, good luck, y'all. And if you have any questions for us, please hit us up at I'm Emily Reeves and Pilot Reeves on Instagram. Love y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. P.S. He loves his Truewerk pants.
Dude.
He never wants to take them off.
Yeah, these are going on about 8 days.
No, they're not, but yeah.
They don't need to be cleaned yet. They're perfect.
They're so good.